In this video I'm going to show you a car and a build that will let you make 10 times more profit than your initial spend. Now come on, that's got to be a bargain. Right, let's not muck about. The first thing you're going to want to do is head over to the second-hand dealership and pick yourself up one of these, the Mustang Mach-1, and at only 36,800 credits, it's an absolute steal. Once you've bought the car, you're going to want to head over to the tuning shop where we will buy the high lift camshaft. We will be getting the fully customisable computer, fully customisable racing transmission. We will also get racing air filter, racing silencer, racing exhaust manifold, racing brake pads, racing drilled brake discs. We will get the brake balance controller, fully customisable suspension, the racing clutch and flywheel. And lastly, from the tuning shop, you're going to want to get all 3 stages of weight reduction, a set of racing hard tyres and a set of full wet weather tyres. And our final 2 purchases come from a custom shop. They are the Type A front splitter and the Type A rear wing. And finally, we come to the tune, but rather than me just read it all out to you, pause the video and have a look what I've got. But just remember, a tune is for yourself. This one works well for me, so use it as a basic setup, then experiment and find something that works well for you. And now it's time to head to a race, which you will find in the World Circuits under the European section, and it is one of my old favourites, the World Touring Car 700 at the Circuit de la Sarthe. Just as we get underway, if I could take a moment to thank every one of you guys that has supported the channel. It really has been quite, well, humbling really. I do appreciate every one of you. If you haven't yet supported the channel, then please consider hitting those like and subscribe buttons. And well, that said, thank you very much, and let's crack on with the video. The first thing you're going to want to do as the race starts is add 1, even 2 ticks of traction control, because this thing can be a little tail happy. As for the fuel mapping, well, we're going to aim for a 2-stop strategy, doing just 2 laps, then a pit stop, another 2 laps, pit stop, then finish the race. So for this, you don't have to change the fuel mapping, just leave it as it is. Now, don't expect to be challenging the leaders on the first lap. This thing is not the fastest car on the track. It is damn fast, especially in a straight line, and it also sounds fantastic. One word of advice is when you come to braking on the high speed straights, you want to start at about the 150 metre mark. This thing doesn't brake quite as quickly as you might be used to, so just be prepared to brake a little bit earlier. You do that and you're going to be golden. Now we're just going to jump ahead to the end of lap 1, where even though I said this car wasn't that fast, you'll see that you're still going to be up somewhere around about position 6, which when you consider what we spent on the car, really isn't bad. And at this point we're going to jump ahead again and look at another aspect of this race, the weather, because in this race you will get rain at some point, not always at the same point, so it is imperative that you keep an eye on that weather radar. Now as you look at the weather radar, you can see that there's lots of light blue, which isn't too bad. You could possibly stay on slicks and get away with that. However, we've got patches of dark blue and green, and that means we are going to get some pretty bad weather, so it's time to come in and change tyres. And by the time we come to make our first pit stop, you can see that the rain has definitely arrived. In fact, it's raining quite heavily, so you need to change from the slick tyres to the wet weather tyres, and once that's done, you want to get on and refuel the car. Now just let the guys refuel it up to the max. We don't need quite that much, but hey, it's better to have it than to run out. Once that's done, make it back out onto the track, but just be careful when coming out of the pits, because the track may be slippier than you anticipated. Now don't worry about the fact that you have dropped quite a few places, because what you may have noticed is that the majority, in fact nearly all of the AI, haven't pitted yet, which means that they are all on slick tyres and you are on wet weather tyres, which means we have a massive advantage. They will have to go a lot slower and that just gives us the chance to move up and take those places. But talking of taking places, be careful. Now, it won't always happen every race, but there's a good chance it's raining you will see that. The yellow overtaking is prohibited warning, and you must do as it says. Even if that means you have to virtually stop your car, doesn't matter. Do not overtake while the yellow flag is showing, because that will lose you your 50% earnings bonus. But don't worry about it too much, because in the wet, you're always going to have the advantage over the AI. There is one exception to that rule, such as here, where the opposition is already off the track and you see the yellow flag. In that case, you're good to overtake. And now seems like a good time to jump to the end of lap 4, where first of all you will notice, thanks to us being on the right tyres at the right time, we have got a massive lead over the AI. The other thing is, take a look at the weather. The sun is shining, the track is starting to dry out. It looks like it could be a good time to change tyres. So, taking another quick look at the weather radar, we can confirm that there's probably not going to be any rain for the rest of the race now. So yeah, it's back onto slick tyres. Now, when you make a pit stop, make sure that you put on the slick tyres and also that you top the fuel up to the max again, and then we're good to go. But when you exit the pits, just be careful to avoid the damp patches. Now, at this point, we're going to jump ahead to the end of lap 6, because quite frankly, the last 2 laps for you are going to be really simple. Apart from avoiding any dangerous wet patches, that's about the only thing you're going to have to worry about. You've still got a massive lead over the AI, and it's just going to be you and an empty track all the way to the end. And talking of the end, you'll definitely have some time left before the timer reaches 30 minutes. So, you can either wait at the finish line, like I normally do, or you can, well, have a bit of fun and do a little bit of showboating. Just remember to keep an eye on that timer and make sure you're there to cross the line just after it clicks over the 30-minute mark. So, just pull up to the finish line, wait for the timer to count down, then cross that line and take the win. Sorted. And there you have it, a first place finish, more than a minute ahead of the opposition, and more importantly, 825,000 credits, and that's 1.6 million an hour. And talking of credits, what about the claim I made in the opening sequence of 10 times the amount of profit? Did we do it? Well, yes we did. The initial spend for the car, the upgrades, even including the livery and the tyres, was just under 160,000. What we've made is over 1.6 million in your first hour. And so yes, we did make the 10 times profit that I promised you. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please remember to hit the like and subscribe buttons on the way out, and I will see you guys in the next video. Great videos like this one, follow this link. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.